Is that loud enough? Everybody hear me out there? Y'all out there in YouTube land today, how you doing? Are you holding up? Are you making it through the quarantine, lockdown, knockdown, drag out that's been going on? Oh my goodness, let's see. We got to shut that up. There we go. Now, I've only got one of me talking in my ear at a time. One of them is plenty for me to listen to at a time. Good gravy. Oh, gee whiz. Well, let's see. We've made it to the last week of March, whether we like it or not. And we are about, halfway through the first quarantine. And I'm saying first because there's some people talking about extending things. So we don't know how long this is going to go on. And we got people strolling into the chat here on us, Matt. We got Frankie CNC and Jim Bashirs, and Mark Lindsay is out there. And we got Stephen Nobles is out there. And Billy Burt is out there. And hey, to all y'all, be sure that you hit that like button and share this out. Get this out on all your social media. And let's get as many people in here as we can tonight. The more people we have, the more networking that we can do. And what you do is you hit them three little buttons behind somebody's comments there in the chat, and it'll pull up a little menu. And then you go over and to their channel. And you look at what they got going on and you check out their videos. And if you like what you see, you hit that red button and leave a comment and hit the like button for them. And then they'll see that and they'll come back and do the same for you. And this is how we go to networking and building our team, so to speak. And if you see something that you like over there, whether it's their editing skills or their camera skills or maybe their microphone and audio skills or something, and you want to know how they do that, ask them about it. You know, this is how we learn. We start learning from each other. Jim Dockrell just came in the house. My brother from another mother up in Kanananistan. And ISX Cummins 565 is in the house. Good to see you, my trucking friend. Hope everything is going well for you out there on the road these days.
I saw Frankie CNC and Woodworking Channel slipped in early. Not sure if he's still here or not, but hello if you're still here. Hello, everyone.
Good to be yeah, I guess I probably ought to introduce you, oughtn't I? This is Matt Haas. From All Things YouTube, Awesome Wood Things, and Piano Awesome, and 5 or 6 other channels that he won't admit to.
It's my way of taking over the world. I got to start somewhere. Hi, everyone. Good to be on Mind Equals Blown. We're going to look for those true, interesting facts.
One of the things we do here is we talk about these interesting facts. If you have any interesting facts, post them out there in the chat, and we'll read them. If it blows our minds, since it's called Mind Equals Blown, we will give you free cowbell rings and free virtual tacos. They ain't worth nothing except a lot of fun.
I restocked my virtual tacos, so drop those interesting facts and we'll get that rolling. I want to start something off. I see the Stream Elements bot arrived, but it says Stream Elements bot is running with a little robot face emoji. Did you program the robot face emoji as the welcome message, or did it just do it automatically?
It's got a mind of its own.
Nice.
It's taking over the internet.
Jimbo 5312 is here. Hello, hello.
Hey, Jimbo. Hope all's going well for you. He's down there in Florida land.
Floridian. I love all memes about Florida. When it was raining, the weatherman. No, it was Carrie. It was who's the Saturday Night Live actor. It's like, in a van down by the river. He's like, stop raining. He's screaming at the state of Florida at the top of his lungs. He goes, stop raining. Florida, it's either flooded or it's too hot or it's there's some problem with Florida all the time.
Yep. Carrie Mace is in the house. Hello, Carrie. How's all
Carrie?
The kitty cats over there at your house today? Are they holding down the fort?
Drop a like if you haven't already. That's free and it helps the channel.
Yep. Hit that like button. If y'all put any super chats out there tonight, I might sing.
I'll turn on the super chat lights.
Never know what I'm liable to do. I've been writing parodies all week.
Uh-oh.
Do you ever do that?
Parodies? Sort of. Liz just showed up. What, Liz Buckman?
Yes.
Buchanan? Hello, hello.
Glad to see you, Liz. Welcome, 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 welcome.
The Mind Equals Blown. We're looking for interesting facts. Drop some true but interesting facts in the chat room. We'll riff off them and reward you with virtual tacos and cowbell rings. What more could you want? The kitties are fine. I hope the population will be too, says Carrie Mace. Good. Glad kitties are good. And you are all hopeful on the population. Faux show.
Yeah, I write parodies right now. I've been writing parodies to do with quarantine.
Oh, nice. Parodies are hard to write. Is it coming easy to you?
Yeah, it's extremely easy for me.
Oh, yeah, that's a lucky skill.
Right off the top of my head, I can do them. And Dubs and I was having fun yesterday because we got this app on our phones where it's kind of like a walkie-talkie, but it's video walkie-talkie, you know, where one person talks and then the other person can answer them, kind of thing. And so I'm singing parody songs to her. And she came back and she says, "Hey, I don't know how to tell you this, but don't quit your day job." And I said, "Look, I don't have to be able to sing good. I just have to be able to entertain people." It's a parody. That's what parodies are all about. There's been a lot of parody singers that couldn't carry a note to save their life, but they can entertain you.
If it's entertaining, that's all you need. It's like watching the America's Got Talent or America's the singing one. And it's like, is it entertaining when they sing bad, or is it entertaining when they sing good, or is it entertaining when they do both?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. Depends on who it is. I mean, there's some of them that you'd like, oh my goodness, are they serious?
I just remember the pants on the ground one. Pants on the ground, pants on the ground. Looking like a fool with the pants on the ground. And I love Simon. He goes back, he says, "Now, what was the name of that song?" He goes, "Pants on the Ground." But he had to ask. Like,
yep. Oh, Jimbo says that he had his last radiation yesterday. Congratulations, Jim. Glad that that's over with for you. And Jim Dockrell's put out a fact. He says, today the USA took the lead in which country has the most COVID-19 cases.
Yeah, Leah, let's try not to talk about that if we can. Margie's here. Hello.
Margie Andaya. Welcome
to Mind Equals Blown.
Welcome, Margie. Good to have you with us.
Oh, Mr. Doughboy's here.
Mr. Doughboy in the house. Works hard for MK3 in the house. Good to see both of you.
Excellent. We're filling it up here, folks.
Yep. Hit that like button and share it out. Let's pack the house tonight. Because I know
other people's channels. If you like what you see, push some red buttons. They'll like that.
Lots of people sitting around during this mess and wishing they had something to do. We'd love to have them in here with us. Let's see. I'll give you a fact. Let's see. Iceland consumes more Coca-Cola per capita than any other nation.
Really? Greenland or Iceland?
Iceland.
Is there much population on Iceland?
I don't know.
I mean, Greenland? I know Iceland's packed.
Well, Iceland is where they're drinking the Coke.
Oh, Iceland. Got it.
Iceland consumes more Coca-Cola per capita than any other nation.
That's right. Iceland is the small green island. Greenland is the big snowy one. Yeah. The most beautiful people are from Iceland. Beautiful facial features of the population in Iceland. High cheekbones.
Almonds are members of the peach family.
Oh, yeah. We heard, I think someone said that fact on a previous show. Crazy stuff. There's more Diet Coke consumed in this house than most countries, says Liz. Well, my friend Javi Unzueta from Javi's Woodshop, he drinks a lot of Diet Coke. It's in his background. He's got a Diet Coke, like one of those fridge dispensers, but obviously it's just out on his tabletop. And he'll take a Diet Coke out, put ice in his cup.
I had to stop drinking Diet Coke because of the aspartame in it. I was building up, I don't know, an allergy or something to it, and it was really eating me up, and I had to quit. And I can't have anything with aspartame in it now. If I do, I know about it real quick. Makes me just ache. It just gets, it irritates my joints and arthritis.
That was on the like a unfit for human consumption list forever. And then in the 40s, they took it off because I think some company gave a suitcase full of money to the FDA or something like that. And now it's safe. Yeah. I don't touch that crap.
Jim Bashir says, if you ever get the chance to go to Thule Air Force Base in Greenland, don't take it.
Oh,
let's see. Well, first of all, Jimbo says he's giving me a bunch of thumbs up, and he says, and one for Al, but he's not here, is he? I think Al is working because I know that he was going to be working from home. He's got lab stuff that he has to do from home. And then Billy Burt says that aspartame is bad juju, and it was for me. I had to stop that. And then we have a super chat from ISX Cummins 565. He wants to hear a song.
Oh,
he wants to hear a song. How about this one? My milkshake brings 9 boys to the yard. It brings 9 boys to the yard. Can't have 10 boys in the yard, but milkshake brings 9 boys to the yard. My milkshake is better than yours. I teach you, but it'd have to charge. My milkshake brings 9 boys to the yard. Always brings 9 boys to the yard.
That's definitely a song.
I said it was entertaining. I didn't say it'd be good.
Mr. Doughboy says he has a rash. Uh-oh. I told you to leave that girl alone at Mr. Doughboy 356. Says Jim Dockrell. 4K's We Love Rain is here. Hello.
Hey, good to have you in the house. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hit that like button, share it out, get your pals in here. Let's let's fill the place out. We never know what we're going to do here. You never know what's going to be said because we don't know what we're going to say.
We usually get into only a mild amount of trouble, but you never know. Could be your lucky day where we get into a lot of trouble.
Mark Lindsay says the average person had 67 species of bacteria living in their belly button.
Ugh. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
I always was taught that the belly button's where you put the salt for your celery when you're laying in bed.
All right. Should I give a virtual taco for that? Hey, Sterling Davis is here.
Hey, Sterling, good to see you. We washing away the coronas with the moonshine. That'd kill everything, won't it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Mark Lindsay says sleep well tonight, Matt.
I gave Mark a taco and I said, here you go, put some bacteria on his virtual taco. Scoop it into the belly button. I was rewatching The Office on Netflix, and the one British woman came over and she wanted to fake like she would eat American cuisine, and someone gave her a taco. She never ate a taco before. She held the taco up, put her finger in the back of it, and shoved all the meat into her mouth. She thought that was the way you eat a taco. I thought that was funny. Yes, Sterling Davis. Hey, for anyone that has a complaint that I'm on YouTube, because I'm on YouTube on a lot of different channels, it was Sterling Davis's fault. I launched my first video for his palette challenge 6 years ago, and I've been on YouTube ever since. So if you're mad that I'm on the internet, send the complaints to Sterling Davis because he's the reason I'm on YouTube. So for good or for bad, it's his fault.
I would love to have an opportunity just to hang out with Sterling.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Me and him.
Well, if they have the picnic in New York, you should come up. She should come out. Sterling often goes to that.
See, I don't get to travel because of my animals and stuff, and my arthritis and everything. But if I ever had an opportunity, where it could happen, I'd like to hang out with him. I think that me and him would really have a good time.
I think so too. Yeah, he's a great dude. Great, lot of fun. Yeah, he says, oh, I love you. That is all. Hey, right back at you, brother. C Dubs Journeys is here. Hello.
Dubs is in the house. I was aggravating her with my parody songs yesterday. Every time she turned around, I'm dropping another parody song on her.
Mr. Doughboy has a public service announcement. Remember to remain 6 feet away from Brenda at all times. Do you see those memes where people are wearing the hula hoop skirts and they're like, this is my coronavirus.
That's right.
Keep away. Someone cobbled together like a man version, but it was just a PVC pipe with suspenders going around.
Yep. Yep.
I was gonna post this one meme. Oh, you know what? I made a meme. Well, I saw a meme and I corrected it. Let me put the meme on screen because I think it's funny. Give me a second to pull this up. I think you'll like it.
Jim Bashir says, actual social distancing pickup line. Is that hand sanitizer in your pocket, or are you just happy to be within 6 feet of me?
All right. I'm going to share my screen. I think this is funny. I don't want to talk about this topic, but I think this would be fun. Share. There we go. So, person behind me in line breaks 6 foot distance rule. Me, mule kicks them directly in the crotch. You know the rules, and so do I. That reminds me like the bang, stop or I'll shoot.
Oh my goodness. Russ is in the house. Simply Wooden Creations.
Hi,
We'll
Russ.
say hey to Russ.
Glad to have you here.
Someone was asking here a few minutes ago. I've kind of lost track of who it was now, but somebody was asking about Russ's morning show. He is doing a morning show at 9 o'clock Eastern time in the mornings. So if you want to spend a little time there, about an hour, hanging out with Russ and whoever from the panel that shows up there for his show. And sometimes he has special guests and stuff. So come on and join us. And he still has the Saturday night show, so come over Simply Wooden Creations for Saturday night at 8 o'clock for Russ's show. And always something fun going on. You never know what's liable to happen.
Jim Bashir has another pickup line. He's like, you can't spell virus without you and I.
Sterling says they're having to place tape on the floor for the 6 foot rule. And I saw that at our Walmart this morning at all the cash registers. They got blue painter's tape on the floors. And I'm thinking, isn't that kind of a waste of good painter's tape?
Painter tape is expensive. It is really expensive. People shouldn't be wasting that.
I'm like, don't people have sense enough to stay backed off of each other?
Well, I mean, who knows? A lot of people with intelligence that isn't as high as it should be.
And Jeff Robinson says, Brenda, if you hang out with Sterling, don't forget to sample his moonshine hand sanitizer.
Oh, right. Oh, hi, Jeff Robinson. I saw you come in just a second ago. Hello.
Good to see Jeff in the house. It's good to see everybody in the house. I'm glad everybody's with us. Be sure you get this shared out and let's pack the place. Let's get everybody in here. The more we have, the more that you can network with. It's how she works. And Dub said that she saw that 6 foot line at the post office too. It kind of reminds me. Remember that Seinfeld episode with the soup Nazi guy? No soup for you, and you had to just step up, and then when the next person moved, step up.
You had to have the money out and then hand the money over. No soup for you.
Actual social distancing pickup line. I really can't stay. If you need painter's tape, Matt, I know someone who has a ton, literally a ton.
Yeah, Miter Mike was talking to me about that. I just responded back to Mark Lindsay. I'm gonna ask Dave for some because on my going to sound so bad, on my Secret Santa Christmas list, I put like a 6-roll pack of painter's tape, and my family was like, "Really?" I'm like, "Stuff's like $30." I'm like, it must be a way to just gouge you for people who are painting.
Yeah,
because they'll penny wise, pound foolish the paint itself, but then they'll spend exorbitant amounts on all this other paraphernalia, and that must be one of the things. I don't know.
Frankie says, just tase people to get too close to you. But if you just walk around coughing, they will just stay away. And if you're in line, the line will clear out.
Did you see someone got 10 years in prison? The guy that opened up the ice cream, licked the ice cream, said coronavirus, put the lid back on, put it on the shelf. And I think after he stopped the camera, he picked up what he licked and then paid for it and walked out. Doesn't matter. Still a crime. Convicted. Going to jail for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
No
Bet he
complaints
won't
here.
do that again for a while.
No complaints here.
Yep.
Not funny.
Frankie says, I already read that one. Jimbo says, buy mine at Wally World and 2 big rolls is only $10. I think he's talking about the TP.
I've always naturally just had a lot of it because I hate shopping for it. So I've always had a lot. Not a lot, but, a good amount.
Well, just imagine. I mean, when we grew up, we had parents telling us things like, when I was a kid, I had to walk uphill both ways in the snow to get to school, and it was 10 miles in the blizzard, and, they'd give us all that. Now, we're going to be telling our grandkids, yeah, well, when I was a kid, we had to scoot our butt in the snow uphill both ways to get to school just to get our butts clean because there wasn't no toilet paper.
Yeah. I just, growing up, like my parents used to buy like 1 roll of paper towels and we would use the roll and it would run out. We wouldn't have another one. Then whenever they go shopping, they would pick up another 1 roll pack. I'm like, there's got to be a better way to live. So when I became an adult, I bought,
Yeah, when I was a kid, we didn't have paper towels. My folks and my grandparents did not believe in paper towels. That's what you had dish towels and rags and stuff for, and put them through the washing machine. And Mom always said, that's just a big waste of money. You don't need that kind of stuff. And so we didn't have that. I didn't have paper towels until I was upgrown and married.
And then, I always like the soft toilet paper. I'm like, it's the little things in life that make you happy. And if you have the 1-ply sandpaper, just to save a few, that's not where you want to save the money. So I always had the premium sand, but then it wouldn't break down in water. Like it would stay. Mm-hmm. If you just put 1 square in a sink full of water, it would just stay. It would never disintegrate.
Right.
And it used to plug up the plumbing. Like we used to have a guy come out and, get the big snake and punch it out. Mm-hmm. And it kept happening. And every time it happened, it was $250. So I switched brands to one that was like the Kirkland brand at Costco. It's just about as soft, but it'll disintegrate in water. So now if it clogs up, we just wait 10 minutes and it clears itself. Yeah. I'm like, it's a miracle. Yeah. I saved $1,000 a year on plumbing just by switching toilet paper brands.
Yeah. Jeff Robinson said that they issued a new shelter-in-place order in his county for the middle of May, and I look for that to happen a lot. I don't think we're done with that. Because they're still coming up with cases. And so, yeah, I think everybody just needs to be prepared that this is going to last for a while. We need the temperature to get up, and we need for people to stay home and stop spreading it. Yeah. I don't know whether that's ever going to happen unless they crack down, just tell you can't leave your house. But,
I believe, the stores are now getting stuff is available. Like it's the panic buying, I think.
Well, the clerk at the store told me that it was getting better. I couldn't really tell that much was getting better. Everything that I was seeing in there. Now, I didn't go clear down through all the grocery aisles, but from what I could see, if you want potato chips and candy and pop, you were set.
I saw a meme. It was the boxed frozen pizza refrigerator, and it was all empty except 24 boxes of pizza with pineapple on it. The Hawaiian. No one was buying the Hawaiian pineapple pizza. All the other pizzas were out except the Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah. Russ put one out there and said, actual social distancing pickup line. If this virus doesn't take you out, can I? And let's see what else we got up here. Jim Dockrell says the city's globally locked down this week. Pornhub said it would let users watch its top product for free for 30 days. Traffic already rising 11.6% worldwide since the pandemic confined workers to home. And Mark says, when I was your age, I could feed myself. Now stop whining about Walmart being out of chicken nuggets and try cooking. And, people don't have any cooking skills right now. They are so screwed. They better be on YouTube learning how to do some cooking.
The last in 2008, when we had the downturn, the wasn't a depression, but it was, they said, look at the companies that sprang up as a result of that. Airbnb, Uber, a lot of there's like 6-7 major companies that came up as a result of that horribleness. So maybe, and you know what? You go on Facebook, all the streaming gear is sold out. Everyone's trying to do content online now. Churches and exercise, schools, everything. Like you want to get the.
Lost your audio. Jimbo says, look at diapers now. Buy through the trash, and after use, when I was little one, my mama used cloth and washed them every day. And that's true. I mean, people buy all these disposable diapers and spend all that money on the disposable diapers because they don't want to be messed with the nasty diapers, and it's easier just to throw them in the trash. But you're also throwing money in the trash every time you do that.
Am I back? Audio?
Yes, you are back.
Okay. I bumped something. Yeah, there's a way to take the HDMI out into a little thing that turns it into USB. I think it's $129. They're out everywhere. Best Buy doesn't have them. Amazon doesn't have them. Gone. Yeah, a lot of streaming gear is and video gear is can't get it now.
Jim Dockrell says data from the site showed this week had spurred a 57% spike in traffic from Italy, the worst hit European country for the virus, a 38% increase in France and 61% in Spain. Well, when I brought up StreamYard tonight, they had a disclaimer on there saying, hey, all the social media sites and stuff are having issues because of all the use. So if you're buffering and all that, you might want to check. Let's see, what was the name of that thing? It was called Down Detector. Go to Down Detector.
Oh, right. Yeah, other websites that say, what's up?
Tells you where everything's down. And apparently YouTube around 11:30 Eastern time this morning was having some big issues.
And, don't listen to the hype. What takes bandwidth is video content over they're saying gamers stop doing online gaming. That's a bunch of bunk. Online gaming is at most 300 kilobits. It's negligible. Where a Netflix would be 3,000. Anyway.
Russ put up another actual social distancing pickup line. Says, "Baby, do you need toilet paper? Because I can be your Prince Charming."
Charmin. Prince Charmin. I saw Mike Laffey changed his profile pic with like 6 rolls of toilet paper around his head. I was like, oh, too sexy.
Let's see, you're reading down through them. Frankie says he'll eat any type of pizza, just don't have one with cheese or without some sort of meat. Yeah, I made my signature pizza a couple days ago. Where I put the salsa. I don't use tomato sauce. I use salsa.
Oh.
And yeah, I go all the way. And then I put the shredded cheese on it. And now the thing you don't like is the mushrooms, because I've got to have mushrooms on the pizza. And then I put bacon on the pizza. And then I put chopped up onions and chopped up green peppers on my pizza.
Can never have enough green peppers. Delicious. Jeff Robinson has a funny. He says, I have a bottle brush and a Ryobi drill set on slow for cleaning my backside.
I don't know if you saw it or not. Right before the show, I was putting up some stuff on Facebook again, and there's one of this fella that's drying his rear end with one of them air dryers in the Target store.
Dear God.
We're liable to see anything now. I mean, you think you've seen it all, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Dockrell saying Hawaiian pizza was invented in Canada by a Greek. There
I
you
like
go.
pineapple on pizza as long as it's got ham on it. You know, some people don't like it, and I also like dessert pizzas.
Well, the
Oh.
thing about the pineapple is it's hot and squishy.
Mhm.
It's a shocking sensation where you bite into something and it's like squirt. And then plus, pineapple juice is kind of harsh. Like it stings a little bit just naturally, plus
Now,
it being hot.
if I'm gonna have pineapple and ham on the pizza, I tell them hold the tomato sauce. You know, because if you're having somebody else make it, they always use tomato sauce. They don't use salsa and stuff with it. So I hold the tomato sauce because I'm not fond of the tomato sauce with my pineapple. Cheese is okay. I don't mind that, but take the sauce away. But yeah, the dessert pizzas are to die for. And you put some cream cheese on that fruit filling. Oh, better than pie.
Mark Lindsay had a good one. He says, hot and squishy. Well, so am I. So there.
Let's see. Frankie says, if you like all the fixing, shrooms help prevent the heartburn. At least for me, it's not a proven fact for others. Well, I eat a lot of mushrooms and I don't suffer from heartburn, so might be something to that.
Simply
I
Wooden
usually
Creation.
order meat lovers pizza and add olives and onions, sometimes green peppers and hot banana peppers, says Jim
Jeez,
Dockrell.
Jim. Does the lid even close with all those toppings? Simply Wooden Creations has another pickup line. He says, without you, my life is as empty as the supermarket shelf.
Yeah. I don't like hot stuff, spicy peppers and that kind of thing. I like green peppers, the sweet peppers and those kind of things, but I can't do the spicy stuff. It burns my gut.
Yeah.
So I can't do that.
I had more of a problem with it, but I think I'm kind of riding through that now. I can tolerate it a little bit better now.
Jimbo says, night all, have awesome Friday tomorrow. Want to talk to my granddaughter. Okay, Jimbo, you have a nice evening out there, and thanks for dropping in. We enjoyed having you here.
Yep, drop a like on your way out if you haven't already.
And then Mark Lindsay says that they add artichokes too. Now, that's something I'm not tried on pizza, but I bet it'd be good. And Jim Dockrell says, tomatoes are native to the American continents. Therefore, anything with tomatoes on it can't really be traditional Italian. Well, I don't care if it's Italian or not. I just like my pizza. But I'm not crazy over pizza. I mean, I'm not one of these people that has to have a pizza once a week or, something. No, I don't do that. Maybe once every 4 or 5 months.
It's so convenient,
Yeah.
You turn on the oven, you throw in a frozen pizza, boom, you got food.
Well, I can't do the frozen pizza. I just
it comes to the well, now they make them where they're like a lot better.
No, they don't.
Oh, the Costco pizza is awesome.
I have yet to have a store-bought or restaurant-bought pizza that's worth a damn.
Costco sells more pizza than any pizza chain, if you can believe it.
Not to me.
You think pizza?
I like my pizza. I make the best pizza.
Although I do love Pizza Hut pizza in restaurant right out of the oven. Now reheated, not a big fan of Pizza Hut pizza reheated. Now, don't get me wrong, it's good and I'll eat it, but I love it out of the oven.
We've got about 7 or 8 different pizza places here in this town, and Pizza Hut is the daddy.
They're so cheap to make. They cost next to nothing.
There's one called Greek's Pizza and Payless Pizza, and I don't know, a whole bunch of other ones here in town that do the pizza. But Pizza Hut is the chain one that they have here.
Chris Nealon stopped by from Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon. Hello.
Hey, Chris, good to see you. Glad you came by. He said, did someone say pizza? Yeah, we was talking about pizza because
we had a mom and pop pizza shop in like Roberto's Pizza or something like that. And we went in there as a family, my wife and my son and I. We were so hungry and we ordered, and it took 20 some minutes to come out. And when it came out, it was an already cooked pizza that was under the shelf that they put the extra cheese on top of it and put it back in the oven. and served it to us, I was like, you'll never get our business again. First of all, we were starving, and since it was already cooked, it would have been even faster, but they had to make it pretend like it was. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not fooling anyone. I was like, no way. They went out of business. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah. I'm going to be making some soup here in the next few days, here over the weekend, because you can't buy soup in the store anymore unless you want ramen. And I'm tired of that. I wanted some good vegetable soup, and I don't really care for vegetable soup from the store anyway. It's just convenient to do it that way. But I make mine with oxtail. So the other day I was up at the meat market and I picked up some oxtail, and I'm going to make some oxtail vegetable soup because I've got all the vegetables and stuff here that I need to do. I just didn't have the oxtail. That's what flavors it. And boy, oh boy, and then I'm making a big kettle. You'd think I was cooking for an army, but I'm making a kettle because that way I can can it. And I'll have canning jars up on the shelf full of vegetable soup. Anytime I want some vegetable soup, I'll have it. I don't have to depend on the store.
You could have used your cauldron.
Well, that's pretty much what it is. It's a like 21 quart great big pot like you're cooking for an army.
Now, Jim Dockrell has a question back to pizza. He says, which is better, New York or Chicago style? Now, when I was in Chicago, we went to a restaurant and all the Chicago pizza style pizza was made to order, and it was minimum hour wait. So they're like, hey, we make everyone to order, and you got to put in the time. So we sat down and we got big appetizers, and we all ordered our pizzas, and man, it was good.
Now, there was a place.
I'll find out and tell you. I have to look it up, Jim.
There was a place, it's probably been about 15 years ago now, but it was over in Dayton, Ohio, that had opened up, and I couldn't tell you the name of it now, but it was down close to University of Dayton, down there right off of Brown Street. That was a pizza place where they hand tossed their own pizza dough and stuff. And somebody talked me into going in there, and I didn't want to go because I thought I do not like store-bought pizza, whatever. But I went in there, and they made one hell of a pizza. I was impressed. It was good. It was fresh. You watched them right through the window. They had a window where you'd watch them flipping the dough and all that and laying it out, putting everything on it, popping it in the oven. And, everything was fresh. It wasn't a bunch of canned stuff or anything that they was putting on there.
Good.
Everything was fresh.
Grizz270 stopped by. Hello.
Hey, Grizz, good to see you. Haven't seen you in quite some time.
He says, quick, everyone step back 6 feet from your computer. I just sneezed. It can't travel through the interwebs.
The computer's the best way to do your social distancing right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, because computers have a mute button.
Yep.
And browser tabs. You can close and reopen.
Yep, you can always get disconnected from somebody that you don't want to be talking to.
Must have been that rolling internet shortage they talked about.
Well, I told this last week for people who's having problems with too many people in their house and being aggravated, by the house members. If you want to stop that, all you got to do is send somebody out to get the vittles. Whoever you're wanting to get out of the house, you send them out to go pick up the carry out order or, get supplies, whatever it is that you want to send them out for. And change the locks while they're gone. And when they come back and they got their little faces pressed up against the glass, let me in. You just like, I don't know what happened. I can't get the door open. I don't know what to tell you.
It's one way to deal with it.
Jim Dockrell says, I've had oxtail soup quite a bit, and it is good. Lord have mercy. It is to die for.
Why go after the tail? There's got to be other parts of the ox that are more flavorful than the tail.
Nothing will flavor it as good as the oxtail.
But why the tail? The tail seems like
it's just got the best flavoring for soup.
Huh. Okay.
I'll wash that tail meat up good in the sink in a colander. And then when I get it all cleaned up and put it in a pot, and I put some water in there with it, put some onion in there with it, maybe some bay leaves, and cook it till it's tender and just falling right off the bone. And then I get it out of there. I try to get the biggest part of the bones out of it and use the stock from that. And then I start adding my vegetables and just slow cook that with whatever vegetables that you're going to put in that. Just slow cook it until everything's good and tender and all them flavors meld together. Oh, good gravy. I used to eat that stuff by the gallon when I was a kid. Used to drive my mom nuts because she'd make a great big kettle of it, and I'd come home from school and I'd hit that. And she'd think she had enough cooked up for a week to feed the family. And a pot of it wouldn't last 2 days with me around. But store-bought vegetable soup can't even hold a candle to the flavor that you get out of that oxtail soup.
No, we make some soups here from scratch, and I love them.
Say, Jim Dockrell knows what I'm talking about. He said nothing like a nice piece of tail.
Yeah. Frankie CNC and Woodworking Channel says that's about like a ham bone is the best flavor for beans.
Exactly. You can put all kinds of things in beans, but ain't nothing going to flavor it like the ham bone.
Good to know.
Yep. There's some things that's better than others. And it for anybody that doesn't know how to cook, you need to start going through your cupboards and seeing what you got to work with. And then go to looking that up on the internet, on YouTube especially, and seeing how can I cook this to make me something fit to eat.
Yeah.
Because
said, on the meme, it's like, we're living in the Iron Chef. You've got these 2 ingredients. Make something.
Yep. As a matter of fact, talking about ham bone, I'd saved the one that I cooked ham over the holidays. So I saved the bone and froze it. And then here, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago, I decided that I wanted to have some green beans. I got my green beans out of the freezer and got that ham bone out of the freezer and put them in a pot and cooked them together. And oh, that was great. That ham bone flavored up them green beans. I threw some potatoes in there with that and made some cornbread. Woo-wee. Some good eating right there.
Yum, yum, yum. No, I was talking to Brenda before the show. It's like we've been ordering in a lot of food. We've gotten pizza. We got chili dogs. We a lot of takeout and a lot of home delivery, and then some with DoorDash. You can hire DoorDash to come hand deliver you food from whatever restaurant you want, basically.
Well, now I did break down the other day. I'm not one much for eating out to begin with, but I did break down the other day. There's a family style restaurant up north of town, and they had advertised on their Facebook page their carryout meals for the day, and they had fried chicken. And I'm crazy for some good fried chicken. And so it's called Richard's Family Restaurant. Just a little, I don't know. It's a local chain, I guess, but there's not very many of them, and most of them are private owned. And so I decided that I'd call up there and order me some fried chicken. And I thought, now, is this going to be fit to eat? Or, these going to be like little bitty old scrawny pigeon pieces? What am I going to get here? But, it was a good meal. There was, there was a thigh and a wing and a breast, and they were great big pieces of meat. And then I got French fries and cauliflower with that. And that was a good meal right there.
Sounds yummy.
It was, something different. Who wants to eat, the same stuff day after day, or eat your own cooking day after day? Once in a while you need to be able to get out and get you a little something, but you got to be careful where you go and what you're dealing with right now with the way germs are floating around. But, I felt pretty comfortable that they keep things good and clean up there. And I could slip in and get me a meal and get out of there without being contaminated.
Jim Dockrell's going a little crazy in the chat there. Oh, baby. Don't read it. Caution. Let me turn on the red light warning.
Chris Nealon says that he's got to go. Well, Chris, I'm glad you dropped in with us for a little while this evening anyway. Good to have you with us.
This This should be the inappropriate Jim Dockrell comment signal.
Well, now it's all in how you read that. You know, it's what you read into it. Maybe it's just your dirty little mind just getting the best of you.
The double entendre is the best comedy. I don't care. I
Because
love.
Jim's right. You know, I'm not a vegetarian. I did try that for a little while with the diet thing last year, but I found that I was sorely lacking in my diet without having the meat. And so, yes, Brenda does like a nice big piece of meat. And she'll be the first to admit it.
Nothing wrong with that.
He says, well, Brenda just said exactly that, though. I'm just repeating what she said. See?
And we got an interesting fact from Mark Lindsay, CNC. The largest bill to go into circulation in the U.S. was a $10,000 bill. And that's true at Bally, or no, at Binion's. Yeah, let me show you. Binion's Hotel and Casino. They had $10,000 bills. They had on display, and they were real U.S. currency, and there were so many of them, it equaled $1 million.
Well, I've decided that I'm going to go after my second million because they say that the first million is the hardest to get, so I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to go after the second million.
That's not how it works. Yeah. The president, you know who the president on the $10,000 bill was? It was no president. It was an eagle. An eagle was in the round spot where the profile of the head was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't but they were
I thought
legal
you were going to say it was the Monopoly guy. Mark Lindsay says, I'm heavy into vegetarian cooking. Everything that goes on my barbecue was a vegetarian.
Right. I know, right?
Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with vegetarian food. I like vegetarian food, and I found a lot of good recipes and things, to keep me occupied during that point in time when I was in that phase that I had to be in for my health. But I still like my meat.
Yeah.
Now, I don't necessarily have meat at every meal, and I wouldn't even say I have meat every day in my diet because I do like my vegetables, but you couldn't call me a vegetarian by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. Grizz says that he's working on his third million. He gave up on the first two.
I like the saying, I'm a million shy of my first million.
Yeah.
Just another way of saying you got zero.
Don't you like how my mind works, though? I mean, people say, oh, that first million, that's hard. So I thought, well, then we're just going to skip right over that and just go to the second million. Easy way to get past that.
If only it was that easy.
Frankie says, I'm telling you, the first million people send to me $2. I'll tell you how to become a millionaire from YouTube.
Oh, if you're looking to get rich, YouTube is not the way you want to go. I should know. I have a show called All Things YouTube and a channel called All Things YouTube.
Jim Dockrell says, see, I like my meat. That's what she said. Exactly.
Yeah.
I was raised on a beef farm, beef and dairy. And
I try and limit processed meat, but like full steaks, bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
Pork chop, bring it on.
Yep.
Anything that's you have to rip a vacuum sealed plastic bag off of, I try not to.
Well, it depends on what it's vacuum sealed. I mean, you can have fresh meat that's vacuum sealed.
It's a carcinogen, technically. Actually,
well, it depends on what kind it is. If it's what is it, BP?
According to the FDA, processed meat is a class 1 carcinogen.
No, but I'm talking about if you have
up there with uranium,
fresh meat that's been vacuumed. If it's vacuumed in the right stuff, they've got that BPE free.
I guess what I was trying to say is, something that's processed. It's been mashed up. It's been, like pepperoni, for example. Love pepperoni. That's processed meat. Bologna, bologna
Hot dogs.
processed meat. I try. Not that I won't eat it. I just, if I have a choice, I'll not choose it.
Yeah, I'm real particular about where I get my hamburger from.
Oh, Billy Burt says, "Pay attention and quit interrupting, Matt." LOL.
Yeah, I'm real particular on where I get the hamburger from because not all a hamburger is created equal. And you got places that'll sell you anything and make you think that it's beef, and it ain't beef.
Yeah.
It could be goat or horse or anything. And so I'm very particular about where I get my ground beef from.
Mark Lindsay, CNC has got the right idea. Nobody gets out of here alive. Hush and pass the bratwurst. The bratwursts. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 2 particular meat markets that I will buy my meat from where, they do their own in-house butchering and processing. And, if you go to the store, they might get that stuff from anywhere. It could be from anywhere around the world. Grizz says hamburger is processed meat. However, it's less processed than them bologna and hot dogs. Yes, exactly. So, you got to be careful where you get your food from.
Meat is the strictest, protocols you got to follow. Like if it's refrigerated and it's unrefrigerated, you can't re-refrigerate it. It's very strict. But still.
And you need to be careful where you're getting your vegetables and fruits and stuff from these days. Your farmers markets are your best places to go to get that kind of stuff. But even then, make sure you're buying local. I know we had a farmers market here in town, and if they was going to have fruits and vegetables there in April and May, it was going to have to come from the fruit and vegetable auction place. It wasn't going to be local stuff because you're not going to get fruits and vegetables here that time of year. So, we decided that we wasn't going to have people bringing auction stuff in, that folks here was just going to have to wait. And if they wanted auction stuff, they can go to the grocery and buy that. And, wait until the stuff started coming in from the gardens and the orchards to be able to sell at the farmer's market.
We have every Wednesday we've got the market come to the big park, and there's about 20 different vendors, and some of them are Mennonite, some of them are Amish, and some of them have the local farms and stuff like that. We buy pickles and corn on the cob and other things like that. It's good. Portal Woodworks just dropped by. Hi, Portal Woodworks.
Good David to see you, David. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Jim Docker says people keep getting listeria from romaine lettuce from California around here. Yeah, we've had that problem down here too. There's been several recalls on the romaine lettuce. So I won't even buy romaine lettuce anymore because I'd buy it, and then the next thing I know, they's having a recall on it. So, you either pitch it or you try to get a refund on what you bought. It was hardly worth wasting the gas to go to the grocery to try to get a refund on a little bit of lettuce. And I got tired of throwing stuff out. And I said, this is silly. We're just going to stop buying it until they decide they're going to get their act together and stop doing that. And then Grizz says, well, I don't, but buy meats from the store. I shoot a nice buck here during season, and of course let it hang till it gets stinky. Then I cut it up and freeze it.
There you go. Mark Lindsay's got the right idea. People wouldn't get sick from veggies if they just washed the ding dong things.
Well, it depends on how they're grown and what chemicals are used in growing those vegetables. So many people have had issues with cancer because of the glyphosates used in weed control, because people don't do what they used to do with the garden. You used to get out there with a hoe and you hoed the weeds out of the garden. We didn't use chemicals on our garden. Now they go down through there with a sprayer and spray every weed, and it gets all over your food supply. So you're getting the glyphosates and stuff in your food supply, and more cancer and stuff showing up all the time because of that. So, that's another thing. You need to be asking questions, not that they necessarily will tell you the truth, but most farmers are going to be pretty honest with you about how they're doing things. And in some cases, you can even go to the farm and see how things are being raised and what they do there. You can't be too careful with your food supply.
Right. Dave Hart just showed up. Hi, Dave. He's got the right idea. He says they never recall cake. Ain't that the truth?
Chocolate cake, ain't it great? Remember that Cosby skit where
Oh,
he gave the kids chocolate cake for breakfast because it had eggs and milk in it?
Portal's got strong with the double entendres. He says, I've been in my garden with a hoe, but she wouldn't do a dang thing. David.
Yeah, Jim Shears remembers that his dad is great, gave us chocolate cake.
Yum, yum, yum.
That was a really cool skit that he did there on that one. Think what you will of Bill Cosby, but he did have some funny moments.
With the chocolate pudding.
Jim Docker says, in Canada, schools are closed and pot is legal. Who's pointing out my life choices now, smart guy?
It fits right in now, don't you, Jim?
Yep. How time changes things. Mercy.
It's like, I'm a hero. And then what are you doing? Sitting on your couch watching Netflix. I'm helping.
Yeah. Cranberry's the only Jell-O flavor that contains real fruit flavoring.
Oh, my. I've been starting to consume more cranberries because it is good for the stomach.
And it's good for the kidneys, too.
Yeah. Stomach healthy foods is kind of what I'm going to. Red grapes, good for the belly. Greek yogurt. Yeah, I was on a tear when I was trying to get my health issues under control. I thought it was a stomach issue.
The drive-through line on opening day at the McDonald's restaurant in Kuwait City. Kuwait was 7 miles long at its peak.
Holy cow. That's insane.
They all wanted some McNuggets.
Those early McDonald's, they had it right. They served 7 items on the menu, and man, they cranked through it.
Jim Douglas's mom said I'd never amount to anything watching TV on the couch, but here I am saving the world. Say, American Airlines saved $40,000 in 1987 by eliminating one olive from each salad served on first class.
I remember that. And then they wanted to get aggressive with it, and they took away the lettuce, and then they saved even more without the lettuce.
Well, how do you have salad without the lettuce?
Well, no, it was like on burgers or something.
Oh, okay.
They took it. They removed salad.
Because this isn't in the salad. They took an olive from each salad, and
got it.
That saved them $40,000.
They try and squeeze every penny, like the ice machine. Like they'll make sure there's not an overabundance of ice because it's heavy.
Yeah,
and then sounds like the line and went In-N-Out Burger opened up here. Yeah, it's just like that at the new Chick-fil-A. They tried to come back with that. There was a burger joint. It was called Burger Now or something like that, and it was the same concept where there was 7 items on the menu, and as soon as you ordered, they hand you your food immediately. But it never caught on. That's what McDonald's is in financial hardship. That's what they should do. They should come up with another branded McDonald's store and just have super limited menu with no waiting to try and bring back the business. Go back to basics: fries, burger, filet of fish, milkshake, and apple pie, and
inexpensive.
A couple other things. Yeah.
I mean, look at these restaurants that, I remember them from when I was a kid, where you could get the 39-cent burger. Then it kind of went to 59 cents. Then it was like 79 cents. The next thing you knew, you couldn't get a burger for under $1.50, and all that. Come up with, even if they're sliders,
White Castle fries only come in one size.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, they used to be called the $2.99 value meal. Well, as a business owner, you never name something with the price because the price always changes.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
My wife
then,
likes to make white chocolate covered cranberries, says Jeff Robinson.
yeah, I've never tried that.
Mark Lindsay, CNC. I don't care how fast it is. It needs to be good food. Well, you
Yeah.
know, I'm in a hurry. I used to go into McDonald's, see what was in the heat bin, and order what was in the heat bin just to get my food faster.
Yeah. Well, and if it's inexpensive food, you especially have people with families coming in, so they're buying more. You just, you have to watch your uh, profit ratio, because obviously you have to make enough profit to keep the store open and pay your employees and all. But if you're buying in bulk to begin with, you should be able to do it at a reasonable price to get people to come in the door. But yeah, don't spread yourself so thin that you got 50,000 things on the menu. If you ever watch, can't think of his name, that chef guy with the Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, right.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When he goes into a restaurant to straighten it up when they're having issues, one of the first things he does is he looks at that menu to see how much stuff do they have on this menu. And usually it's 4 or 5 pages long or longer, and he's like, what are you doing? People can't even make up their mind what they want because you got all this stuff on here and it gets too confusing. They're spending all this time taking up your table space that they could have ordered their food and got their food in the time it's taken them to make up their mind what they want to pick out off your menu. So
Gordon
shorten it up.
Ramsay. That's it. TFL
Yeah.
Works. Thank you, TFL Works. Hi,
Yeah.
TFL Works. Hello, hello.
Good to see you, TFL. And, he says, shorten it up 1 page. That's it. And you can change it as often as you want. You could have a new menu every day or what, however you want to do it. So that when people come in, they know that there's going to be a nice little small selection of things that are tasty that they can get and get quick because you're not taking up the whole kitchen making a billion things off the menu.
Giving people too many choices is bad business.
Yeah.
Mark put a fact in here for the second time. He says, go period is the shortest complete sentence in the English language. Go period. Go. So is no, N-O. That's a complete sentence.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Rant, says C-Dub's Journey. I would never call McDonald's food. Well, one more fact about McDonald's is the Coke tastes different. Some say it tastes much better because it's always chilled. Even the line that carries the syrup is refrigerated. And they still have it in the aluminum can or the metal cylinders. Like the other flavors come in a box, and in the box is a plastic bag, and that feeds it. But the Coke is always cold at every point, and it just tastes different. That's why Coke tastes different at McDonald's. They keep it chilled all of the time. They always have. All right. I've always told to park it at McDonald's. Oh, through the drive-thru, says Dave Hart. It never fails. We order simple stuff, and it happens every time. Then the next 6 cars drive through, and I'm like, you can't tell me they're not getting fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that
McDonald's.
aggravates me going to any drive-through and they tell you to pull up. I'm like, okay, this is supposed to be fast food.
I know.
And,
Now they
and I don't order, some big long list of stuff. It's usually a sandwich and maybe some fries or maybe if they got like a cherry pie or something like, just something simple. It doesn't amount to much when I go through a drive-through and tell me to pull up. I'm like, boy, this would be a good place to open up a restaurant.
Mark Lindsay CNC says, I never use a drive-through. They only serve you the stuff they don't have the guts to hand you face to face. Well, Joe Pesci said it right. They always F you through the drive-through. Remember, it was a Lethal Weapon when they got the drive-through driving away and they got the food wrong and he goes off.
Well, I've always said that they should have a third window, the one that you pay, the one you pick it up, and the next one where you go and you exchange it for what you really ordered. Now, at our McDonald's here in town, they do have 3 windows. They got the one where you pay and the one where you get told to pull up to the third window because they don't have your food ready yet. Yeah, I'm serious.
Kidding.
No, I'm serious.
That's
what the third window's for.
horrible.
Yeah.
I just don't have the patience. Sometimes I won't go through the drive-through. I try never to eat fast food. I try not to go through the drive-through. But if the drive-through has like a curb that you can't escape from, I won't do it. Because if I order and I can't get to the pay window, I'll leave the line if I'm waiting too long. Like I'll fuck this. I'm out of here. Oops.
Now, I have asked them when I pick up my food, does it have, if there's sauces involved or ketchup or salt or, straw in there? And they'll usually just look at you and, and kind of do this and then, yeah. And I say, it better be in there. Don't you make me come back here.
Brenda always gives the lovely threats when she orders.
And usually then they come up with, all this stuff and say, here.
Well, the one time I was waiting so long, I went through my change drawer and got out all the nickels, and I paid with a handful of change. And she says to me, next time, wrap them. And I said, next time, don't make me wait 10 minutes. And I was so proud of myself. Like I didn't miss a beat. Like it was right there.
Here's what I would have done. You want me to wrap the nickels when I hand them to you through the window? And
good night, folks. You have to leave on a high note. Did you end it like this?
Yeah, you'd have to do this at the end of it.
Oh, you sucker DJs. Oh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, C-Dub's like that. She thought that was funny. I used to rap to my stepson. Especially when he bring his friends over. Yeah.
Oh, the embarrassment.
Now, his friends thought it was cool. He was embarrassed, beyond belief, but his friends thought it was cool, that his stepmom could kick out a beat, and I'd do some kind of farmer rap.
Bad. I think I told this once before. When my son was like 12, going through the tween years, he started beatboxing, and I was like, I couldn't stand it. I hated it. Oh, I hate it. And the one time I felt so bad, I was like, wow, you're really coming along with it. He goes, and his eyes lit up. He goes, really, Dad? I'm getting better. I'm like, no, it's awful. Stop it. I had to take him down a peg because I just couldn't stand it.
And getting praise from his father meant so much to him.
I felt horrible. Oh.
Yeah, I could tell.
Well, because like sometimes the songs would come on. Like Evan and his girlfriend were in the back seat, and I was driving somewhere before they had their driver's license, and a song would come on, and Evan would sing the lyrics to it, and it's not a song. It's one of those where it's not really rap, but it's urban stuff. And I was like, I said to the girlfriend, like, when he does that, like, how do you take that? How do you interpret that? Are you like, wow, you're really good, Evan? Or are you like, doesn't do anything for me? She's like, doesn't do anything for me. I looked at Evan. I was like, I didn't say anything. But I'm like, my eyes were like, see, I told you so.
This ain't winning, points with the chicks, boy. Portal says he's only hit one red button tonight.
Oh,
so
some new faces in here, people.
We had a few new ones come in. Portal, did you check out all the new ones that come in? We had some people that ain't been in here before.
I think there was like 3 or 4. That's a good amount before you got here.
Yep. Might want to play back the chat again after the show here and see who you might have missed and get them hit. Tell them you found them in my chat.
I've got, how many channels do I have now? Did you hit the red button on all of my many channels?
Well, let's see. Where I'm going to be next is I'm going to put up a Heifer Haven later tonight.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be, I haven't heard otherwise. I think there's going to be a Simply Wooden Creations show tomorrow morning with Russ at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I'm planning to be there. Saturday night, there will be Simply Wooden Creations show at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then I'll be in the chat for Matt's show on Monday night with his All Things YouTube show at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Where are you going to be anyplace else, Matt, that you want to talk about, or got anything else going on?
For those that like college football, I'm helping with some YouTube consulting, the channel Football is Life. Might want to check that out if that's what you're into. Just getting his feet wet, but he's got the rights to resell and distribute college football games, vintage college football games. So I think he's got good property. So I'm doing that. And I'm all over the place. Awesome with things. I'm still cranking out projects over there. And got a new reflective sticker for my Patreon, patreon.com/awesomewiththings. Nice rainbow looking colors. Cranking out tunes on the piano on Piano Awesome. But yeah, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, all things YouTube. And I will be here on the 30th because I was supposed to be out of the country. I had a early vacation planned. But guess what? We're not leaving the country because we're not going to be able to get back.
Well, next week, our Thursday night show will be on April 2nd, which means that is after April Fool's Day. And remind everybody of April Fool's Day. Be careful what you believe on April Fool's Day.
I love what Google used to do. Google has an April Fool's Day thing every year, and the one was so funny. It started out where it sounded so great, and the more you read it, you're like started to doubt yourself, and at the end you're like, oh, I've been duped. It was an auto email responder. It didn't pre-write the message for you to alter and hit send. It just auto sent it on your behalf, and then it's like, that sounds great. But then it started talking about, if the receiving end also has the robot turned on, the robots will talk to each other back. Then you're like, oh, this is April Fool. I can't describe it. You had to read the press release. It was hilarious. Someone spent a lot of time crafting that one for sure.
Now, David says that April 2nd is his birthday.
Oh, happy early birthday, David.
We will be celebrating David's birthday with him next week. And Dub says, yeah, I'm supposed to get internet on April Fool's Day. Well, maybe you will, and maybe you won't. Mark Lindsay says, fact, hummingbirds are the only animals that can fly backward. Now, Mom always used to look at me and say, if you had the brains of a blue jay, you'd fly backward.
Okay.
I think she was insulting me.
Yeah, I think so. Coming from a mom, yeah. Oh, Mark Lindsay says his birthday's tomorrow. Hey, happy almost birthday, Mark.
You gonna be 21?
How many years is your mustache? He should celebrate 2 birthdays: his birthday and his mustache's birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a whole entity all by itself, don't it? Portal says, if y'all find me laying on the floor, how about picking up my bottom? Or no, I didn't read that right. Picking me up and put me back on my bar stool. There we go.
Right.
I don't know where I got bottom out of all that. Bottom ain't ever even in that.
Right. He does have a sexy bottom, so.
Dave Hart says, my wife's birthday is tomorrow too.
Oh, happy early birthday to her as well.
She Mark's twin.
Mark says he'll be 59.
Oh, still just a sweet young thing.
I will be 50 this year, if you can believe it.
I'm old enough to, well, be your older sister.
There we go.
Let's say Mark says, got to watch out for those localized gravity storms, David. Yeah, knock you off the bar stool. And Dave Hart says her mustache is not as good as Mark's.
Mark's reply is word. I love you guys. I love the internet.
Billy Burt says that you are a young whippersnapper, Matt.
Thank
Steve,
you. I'll take it. I'll take the compliment.
Steve's in there from Harmel Media. Y'all go over there and check out makersmedianetwork.com.
Oh,
Matt and I are both proud members of Makers Media Network, and we got merch over there on that page. If you go over there to their shop, you'll see it on there.
MMN for short, Makers Media Network. But go to makersmedianetwork.com. That's the URL. I got a request. Jeff Robinson says, Matt, we need a video of you eating tacos from your kitchen. All right. I'll put that on my awesome fun things channel, my vlog channel.
You'll need a widescreen. Because when you eat tacos, don't you have like 5,000 of them lined up there to eat? You have to have the widescreen to get them all in there.
Yep. I'm like a wood chipper and stuff goes. You need to get the footage of everything.
So the flea can jump 350 times its body length. That's like human jumping the length of a football field, says Mark.
Wow, that's cool.
There's a whole lot of jumping going on.
Taco.
Well, I think we're going to shut her down for tonight, if it's okay with you.
Yep, we're about hour and 15 minutes. That's our time slot.
And anybody wants to get a hold of us, we're pretty easy to find. Hunt us down if you got shows you want us to show up on your panels or something like that. Hunt us up. Collabs or contests or whatever. Just get in touch with us and let us know. We're available. We put our pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else does.
But after we do it, we make gold records. Oh no, wait, that's the more cowbell sketch. I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
And the one thing that we didn't do tonight at all was more cowbell. Can't end the show without having some cowbell on it.
There's my sparkly taco. Jeff Robinson, can you eat this taco on video? Would that suffice for you?
Well, with all that being said, I think we're going to call it a night and bid you all adieu and see you on the interwebs. And I'll see y'all Saturday night over on Russ's show on Simply Wooden Creations at 8 p.m. Eastern. And come over there and join us, see what we're up to. And tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time, he has a morning show. So I'll be on there as well. And y'all have a good one. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
6 feet away or drop kick people. That's socially acceptable now.
Night, y'all.
Good night.